And we are go. Hey, all. My name is Bill Peters. I am uh, an autistic individual who lives and works overseas with autistics, their families, and their communities. I will give you a little bit of background, then I'll let you all ask questions because these sessions go better with questions. I don't really do slides because my thoughts go fast and furious. You can raise your hand uh, in the bar to ask a question later on, but right now I will go through some of my story. I was born in Iowa, USA, in 1982, and then lived there and visited there every summer, visited the Midwest every summer in my childhood. We moved to the Pacific Northwest, where I went to school during the fall, graduated from high school in the Pacific Northwest, did some college in the Pacific Northwest, and then kind of had an nebulous period in between the end of college and when I went off to do some speaking across the USA and eventually internationally. Uh, Once upon a time, long ago, early 2000s, I went to the local autism conference and met Stephen Mark Shore, my mentor and great friend, who helped guide me in a direction when he asked me what I wanted to do. I joined Russian-speaking autism group way back in the early 2000s, which led me to get invited to speak to some groups in the USA, which led me to be invited to speak to a group overseas for a month, which eventually led me to Child with a Future. I had actually been interacting with Child with a Future Foundation in the Russian-speaking group from the beginning, but I got an invitation from them about 10 years ago to come and work for them as their field man. Now, what is a field man? Well, basically, I am a community outreach person as a field man. I give lectures on inclusion. I give lectures on what it's like to be autistic. I take Q&As. I give lectures at camps. But my primary job was to live and work with families. First, the autistic individual, help the autistic understand his family and help the family understand the autistic, and then help the family build bridges to the wider community and wider society around them. I did this for 10 years with Child with a Future, or close to 10 years. Um, I actually liked my work so much that I spent the entire COVID pandemic outside the United States. We had always, when I started working for Child with a Future, wanted to have time where I spent an extended time away from the United States without me flying back to visit my family. COVID is not how we had planned to do it, but COVID was the proof and concept that I could live outside the USA long term and do okay, generally, with the ability to talk to family and friends online. During the COVID pandemic, many things I did was online, but slowly as that went down, we went back to doing things in person, doing lectures, doing conferences, doing things. And I really enjoy it. Then we get to 2022. What a year. I was living in Ukraine still, living in my own flat, had a girlfriend, helped her son, had a pretty normal life, worked with CWF all around Ukraine. About July or August, we had seen this as far back as 2020, 2019, so this was not something I had not seen before. The Russians start moving troops and things up to the border, and in the past, they'd gone up to the border and they'd gone home. Unfortunately, that was not the case. They just kept coming, they kept coming, they kept coming. We go through December, we go through January like this. Nobody that I worked with or lived with in Ukraine thought anything was going to happen. I knew I was in trouble when President Biden got on TV in late January 2022 and said, hey, if you're an American, get out of Ukraine now. We think there's going to be a war. I knew my father was going to contact me and say, hey, get your butt out of Ukraine, go somewhere else. I worked with my bosses in Ukraine, And I ended up saying, hey, we need someplace else for me to go, even if nothing happens until this blows over. Can we find a place? My bosses helped me find a place. I have been living for the last 3 years in Baku, Azerbaijan. Uh, I've worked with House of Dreams, an organization that helps families out in Baku, Azerbaijan, an organization I helped start. But now I am moving on from Azerbaijan to Turkey, then to the UK, and then looking for another nation to work in as a field man. And that is kind of my biography, my story. I love being in the community, hands-on, the ability to help build bridges, build connections, help people understand autistics, get to know them, get to be friends with them, get them to be part of the community. I love that. So that is my favorite part of my job. No matter where I'm living, no matter where I'm working in the world, I super, super enjoy being in the community and also doing education about autistics, about autism, about life with autism. I really love doing these things. Did a lot of live streams during the pandemic with Child with a Future. We did a lot of information sharing. I apologize. It's 1 a.m. in the morning here. My brain may once in a while skip a beat. And that's what we did. That's what I've done throughout my almost entire career. So that being said, I don't use slides. I really kind of take questions from the audience. So if you have questions, you can do the raise hand icon, and I think if I click on it, I can see your question. We'll figure this out. But if you have questions, ask me your questions, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. Because really, this is for your benefit as much as it is about me talking about myself. And this is really kind of a cool way to interact. And I'll wait a little bit and see if anyone has any questions. I mean, I love questions. I actually do love helping people understand and really work on improving the life of autistics. Really, the first thing is that you have to focus in on what the autistic wants, what the autistic needs, and what will help the autistic thrive and what their special interests are. That's where you start from. How do I get questions? This is... But that is really where I am. I mean, really, you start out with the autistic. You start out with the child, their special interest, how the special interest you can use to teach them social skills, teach them connections to their families, teach them things that are important to learning life skills. And then you figure out how to help them do things such as connect with family members, start connecting with the wider community around them, help them to do the things that will help them grow in life. But you also want to figure out how to use their special interests to help them thrive in life. Beyond that, you help them figure out how to connect with their family, how to communicate with their family, and then you start building bridges beyond that to the wider community, to the wider society. And I really do love the ability of being on the ground, being where people are at to help them out. I have loved working in Ukraine. I would still be working in Ukraine if there wasn't a war. And hopefully someday after the war, I will be able to work in Ukraine again. I love working in these different countries and helping build bridges in between autistics, their loved ones, and the wider society and wider world around them. It is just something so awesome to see and deal with. It is very well something that I just thrive with. I have also done other things. I have done lectures and conferences and talks with my mentor, Dr. Stephen Mark Shore, who I love doing things with. I love talking. He's a great mentor. He's a great friend. There's also my friend Alia, who I recently met for the first time in person, even though we've known each other online. I've known her for a long time online, but we met in person in India a few months back when we were at an autism conference in India. And I love her passion for the way she speaks about her life, the way she speaks about her experiences, her views, her her world, and what she wants the world to look like, what she believes the world should look like. It is really, really awesome. The people that I meet through different things that I go to internationally to help autistics, to help advocate for autistics, for us autistics. I myself, one of the things I didn't talk about back in my bio, which I probably should have, but it skipped my brain. It's 1 a.m. I don't just have autism. If life were that simple, it'd be great. But no. I don't just have autism. I have cerebral palsy. I have OCD. I have ADHD. I have, well, we're not going to go over everything. It's just kind of, the major ones are ADHD, OCD, cerebral palsy, and the high-functioning autism, or autism level 1. Very much, I think it's important to help autistics reach for their dreams and goals, and to be able to live in their community as people who interact and socialize and get a chance to be a part of their community when they want to be, when they really want to do and be more than they are right now. It's always on their terms, except for maybe with like schooling, where it's like, no, we have to teach you how to do certain things for school because school is just required. But helping them figure out how to navigate the social world around them, how to make the connections that they want, how to follow their dreams and their goals and their ideas the way they want. Really, I am quite happy to be the autistic me, to really be the disabled me. Yeah, life has never been a cakewalk. Things happen. School was both hard and easy. Socialization was hard. Physical therapy, PE was hard. History not so much. English not so much. But it's been a mixed bag. But I wouldn't trade a whole lot of what I've been through for anything really, because it helped me to be a better field man, a better mentor, a better help in Ukraine and Azerbaijan and the other places that I've lived. And that really kind of is the thing I love about my life, is my life has taken me in unexpected ways. And I think it is super important to support autistics in their passions, their dreams, and their goals, but also help them at an individual and community level to be able to grow, to be able to have connections, to be able to be a part of their society, of their community, of their places where they live. I can't even tell if anyone is in here, but if anyone has questions, I'm willing to open up the floor to this. I mean, it is really, really interesting what people ask me at things. It's something that I really love, is being able to speak and help people, because it's not the same thing every time I go visit a family or visit a community. Things change in between community and community, even if they're right next to each other, in between family and family, and what they need to connect to the community, for the parents to connect to their autistic child or autistic loved one. It's really kind of what is different. life is interesting sometimes being overseas. You have to learn how to navigate different issues with currency, with language, with certain social norms, with crossing the street. Um, in Azerbaijan, crossing the street is an art because there don't seem to be any rules. There are rules, they just don't seem to be anything like what you would expect in the West. Um, uh, Little things like that, where it's like, hey, you got to socially navigate this or that or the other. And it's not always so easy, but I enjoy doing it because it also helps me to help the autistics I'm working with socially navigate the world around them. And it is quite um, something to be able to grow while I'm helping someone else grow, helping someone else see the world through new ways, through new ideas, through new um, ways of thinking. And that is just very much something I love about my life. And it is. Yep, 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 yep. It is just what it is.
Sorry, I do
Hey.
have a question. Is there a wrong approach, or I mean, like if you were to ask a neurodivergent about their needs, is there a wrong approach or a wrong thing to say when you're asking about it?
Um, that's a yes and no question. And I'll be honest about that right now. My rule of thumb on that is if the neurodivergent person tells you it's offensive or they don't feel like answering the question, then yes, there's a wrong way to do it. Now, for me, there is no wrong way to ask a question. I will openly tell you if I'm not comfortable answering a question, but I won't shut you down completely and say, hey, you are off guards for asking that question. It's about me setting my boundaries. Now, for some autistics, certain words, certain phrases may not have great connotations and they may not like those questions, but they need to be able to tell you that. And sometimes you have to teach them, hey, yeah, uh, I don't generally talk about certain subjects with people unless I'm comfortable with them. I don't tell people about my relationships sometimes, or other times I will, depending on the audience. It depends on how I feel at the given moment. It is not necessarily set. It is uh, different strokes for different folks, really. Now, if an autistic, myself or any other, tells you that something bothers them, say a certain treatment, a certain therapy, a certain way society treats them, yes, you can disagree with it, but don't argue it overly much, too much, because sometimes that can cause resentment or that person may shut down and shut off. And is there a wrong way? Again, it's a yes or no question. Any other questions? I mean, that was a wonderful, wonderful question. Um, I mean, it is kind of a honest to God, uh, yes, but for me and for others I know who are on the autism spectrum, we'll tell you if we don't want to answer a question.
Oh, hi. Hello.
Hey, Aaliyah! My
So nice to see you again. Oh, so really wanted to point one thing. Like we met in India and was really, really, really nice. And I could see it's really odd that because it's really odd in a good way because you connect with kids in a way that I never saw anyone connect with, especially autistic kids. And really, if I had a kid on my own, I really would like to have you around, like to help me with it, because you could connect with them in a way that was really something inspiring. Like it's not by a chance that you are doing the work you are doing.
no. I have to praise you. Your presentation before mine, Aaliyah, was great. I know I've seen it before, but every time I see it, it is great. Your English is better than you think it is. Aaliyah, I had known her online long before we had met in person in India earlier this year. But Aaliyah, myself, and Dr. Stephen Mark Shore had each other's backs in India. And Aaliyah knows this. And Aaliyah knows that at least once or twice I was like, no, Aaliyah, we're not doing that. No, you're coming with us. No, no. Aaliyah likes adventure. She's great with adventure, but once in a while, I had to be the big brother and go, no, big brother is not comfortable with this. It's not true that at least twice that I can think of. I went, no, big brother is not okay with this. No, rethink what you are doing, Aaliyah. I mean, I trust her. She knows what she's doing most of the time, but there was one or two situations where I'm like, no, big brother is not okay with this.
A little bit too much adventures, I would say. It's good, and now I have more extended family. I love you, Big
Oh,
Brother.
absolutely. You and I and Steven could have a blast if we were just left to our own devices. I mean, how many nights did we spend time, the three of us together in one of the rooms, just laughing and possibly keeping other people up in the hotels? I mean, just possibly. Just little things like this. No, what she talks about my connection with kids, she saw kids come up to me. I will get down on their level. I'll talk to them. They're interacting with me very well. You're talking about the boy who stole the glasses. That one I've had it happen many times when an autistic immediately connects with me, grabs onto me and grabs onto something like my glasses. And what Aaliyah watched is what Ira knows, my boss, and one of my closest friends from Ukraine. I don't panic when an autistic child suddenly latches onto me. It's just like, okay, fine, you're there. Okay, let me figure out why you're there. Well, I know why you're there, but let me figure out why you've taken to me without me even knowing you took to me. It is very interesting to watch. Aaliyah kind of panicked at first. She's like, Bill, he has your glasses. And I'm like, yeah. Try to get them out of his hand. But she's like, well, do you want me to take him off of you? I'm like, no, he wants to be here. We are not taking him off. I want to figure out why he wants to be here because I don't know him from Eve, yet he has jumped onto me. And we are trying to figure out why this kid likes Bill. But usually it involves more two-way communication. But I know exactly the one you're talking about. It's like, oh, well, it's that. It's like, Bill, you're not panicking. It's like, nope, been through this before. A million times before.
And it's really nice because we tend to find people that are kind of like us, So probably they see like, oh, this is a typical person. That's a person with who I can talk to, and you're really open to that. So I think that brings like you create a bond much more easily.
Oh.
You can interact and show them things that maybe they want to learn or anything. So that makes easier, And what I never saw really another human being doing. Really, you're really Superman on that. You're Superman.
I absolutely. I have to say, Aaliyah had to get used to mine and Steven's style because me and Steven together can have a lot of fun, but other people might go, they're being a little strange. Well, welcome to us. Aaliyah kind of just jumped in very quickly and fit in very well. What was interesting was India. In the future, I will go to India again because Steven will be more involved than he was able to be this last time. India was kind of chaos. And India was kind of chaos, but I loved the chaos, but it was a little bit too much chaos. And there were times where, yep. But really, what you saw in India is what I had been doing in Ukraine. I mean, I will connect with kids and their families, and I will build bridges in between NT people and myself, explaining about my life with autism. I often use football, what Americans call soccer, and yes, I won't use that dirty term anymore, but yes, as a bridge in between myself and others who might be interested in learning more about who I am. Aaliyah Aaliyah has brilliant, grand ideas. I love her energy. I love the things she does. There was just one or two times she told me she was going to do something, and I'm like, Big brother ain't comfortable with that. No. Bill is putting his foot down and saying, no, you can do something else, but you ain't doing that. No, 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 no. I love her advocacy for civil rights. I love Aaliyah's advocacy for civil rights. She is absolutely brilliant. I hope to visit her one day in Brazil. I really want to see Brazil with her. I have not been to Brazil. I have not actually been to South America. I've been to part of Central America, but I want to actually go to Brazil to see Aaliyah. And then have Stephen come and join us simply so we can have fun.
Yes.
But I really like building bridges. Someday I want to have some organization that just is based around that, building bridges, giving lectures, giving talks, doing community education. I like being in the mud. I like forums like this. I like doing autism conferences, but not as much as I like being down in the ground helping people. That is really my thing. Aaliyah, on the other hand, Aaliyah is amazing. I mean, I can't stop praising her. She and I had such a great time in India. I was sad when it was over because she got to stay in India. I had to come back home. Me and Stephen had to leave, and here she is another, what was it, 2 weeks in India? And it was like, I wish I could have stayed. I wish I could have stayed because
Oh,
we had so much fun. And
yes.
that last day was just too short. Way too short.
It was really sad to separate because we were like a really great team. Really great team. Lovely to travel with you guys.
We will do it again. I mean, as soon as we can, we'll do it again.
I hope so.
One of the things I wanted to ask you about, Aaliyah, what did you like about what I've talked about or what I've done that you know about?
Well, let me see. I really like the way you connect with both MT people and autistic people, how you try to make bonds between them. And when I saw you interacting with kids, I could see how you could do that. Because me, for example, I'm not a good, I don't interact well with kids. Like they don't get near me, or and I don't get really near them. But like not because I don't like, but because I don't know. It's kind of. But when I saw you, it's like it's good to see because you. It's like oh, my English is missing here. It's like a good thing to see. Like it gives me hope
A
for the
light,
next generation.
hope, yes.
And like for
Uh,
example, I do therapy, and my psychiatrists, they're both autistic people, so they understand me in a way that neurotypical persons wouldn't understand me. And having you as a bridge that will understand the typical kid and make this bond with society will make so much difference. I really hope you can do this until you're really old because
That's really my plan. That's really my plan is I want to do this till I can't do it anymore and then have people come to me when I can't physically move around myself. With your permission, could I tell how I was a bridge for you in between you and NT people?
between for me, okay. I don't
Yes.
remember. Oh yeah. Okay. I got it.
That's why I asked permission. You
Oh no,
got it as soon as I mentioned it. Okay. So this is not meant to anything bad with Aaliyah. It's the fact that NTs are not as honest as Aaliyah is. And we had some problems with this in India where a guy was not as honest with Aaliyah as she thought he was being. And yours truly picked up on the fact about a day into our time in India that this guy was no good and that he was going to leave Aaliyah abandoned. And Aaliyah was staying away from where Stephen and I and everyone else was staying. And I actually turned to Stephen and said, we have to get her into our hotel. This guy is taking advantage of Aaliyah. We have to get her into our hotel. And we did. And she was angry with me. Because the guy had been really a sweet talker. He had done a few things that was kind of nice, but then took everything nice back, which is part of the problem. I insisted on bringing her to the hotel, and I think like for the first 30 minutes she wanted to kill me. No, then Aaliyah and I bonded after we found out the guy was a jerk and took back one of the gifts that he had given, Aaliyah. Didn't give her another gift, that kind of thing. I did not like that.
But I would say, like, even before we bonded, like when I was almost having a meltdown because of some
yes,
and
that
came and
one now I remember.
greeted me
Yes.
really strongly, like, can I hug you? And you hold me like, okay, I know what you're passing through, so I'm here for you. And that was really
but
like,
the meltdown was after I had brought you to the hotel and after the guy showed his true colors. You
no,
remember?
it was first.
Oh no, that's right. The entire
that's-
screw. Oh yes, the
Yeah.
screw up that all of us had been through, which was they did not properly book our rooms, and she was at a separate hostel where things had gone even worse, and she comes in for the first day of meeting our team, and she's pissed because everything's gone wrong at the hostel well before she's met this guy. And yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
And with my presentation and everything, like they gave me 1 hour, and then when I got there, like I had 15 minutes and a lot of other.
No. They gave you 15 minutes to unpack, and you had to be at the hotel to meet the rest of the team in 10. I remember because you called me and Steven because we were in a small group, and you're like, oh, I have a problem. Well, yeah, we fixed that very, very quickly. Yeah, and I did give you a hug because you wanted to kill someone, but this happened more than what. Do not, without talking to her, shorten up Aaliyah's presentation. The first thing you'll see is that she wants to kill you. And if you don't see it, please come speak to me because I know she will want to kill you. It's not the fault. It's not the fault of the people who were presenting in India. We had some time management issues. They had issues because it was really their first big autism conference. But Aaliyah had come prepared with her full presentation, which was, an hour and a half, I believe?
1 hour and something, yeah, and an artistic
Yeah,
thing, and broad mass.
But they cut it down to like 15 minutes. Myself, Stephen Shore, others have experience cutting down our presentations. Aaliyah did not. And holy crap, the look on Aaliyah's face was like, Stephen, we need to stay with her. She's going to kill someone. Stephen, I'm absolutely sure she's going to kill someone because she didn't have that skill set. If you didn't give her the full, not only that, but she will take the full time. Guaranteed, she will take the full time, whether or not you give her permission to. That was something else that happened in India.
Come on, I went to Brazil to India, from Brazil to India.
I turned to Steve, I said, we need to stay with her. She's going to kill someone because they have shortened up our presentation. Because you look like you wanted to kill someone. And it's like, yeah, we might want to stay with her. There's a story that hasn't been told in public yet because it happened in India and we don't have the video of it yet. In fact, I want the video of this, and we have to do it with Stephen at a future conference. You know, the whole... Yeah, so Stephen and I have a way of greeting each other on WhatsApp and on private chats that we have in different places. Stephen will say, boo, and I'll say, eek, a Stephen ghost. Stephen decided... Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're supposedly not supposed to say this in public, but Stephen, in the middle of his presentation, goes, boo! and me sitting off to the side, who's going to give a presentation later on, goes, "Eek! A Stephen ghost!" loud enough that the whole auditorium can hear. Now, I was so out of it. We had been traveling all day. We were tired. Stephen said, "Boo!" And my automatic response was, "Eek! A Stephen ghost!" And everyone looks at me like, "Did you just say that?" And Stephen just has a broad smile on his face. Broad smile. The reason I say I've never said this before in public is the video doesn't exist. And anytime I've tried to tell the story, it's like there is video of this. It just has never surfaced. It's just funny because this is something Stephen and I do because we're such good, like, mentor to mentoree and friends. But I was so dead tired. We had been traveling for the better part of a day to get to this place. And yeah, Stephen goes, "Boo." And my automatic thing is, "Oh yeah, this is just like our chat group. Eek, a Stephen ghost," in public. But nobody laughed. But the smile on Stephen and Aaliyah's face, both of them who know I do this, it's like, "Bill, you said that out loud. You know that, right?" I'm like, yes, but no. Stephen and Aaliyah are great supports during talks where I need help. I mean, she did pop in here for a reason. She's done this before. I love her. I did the same thing for her a couple times in India. I would love to do a 3-way presentation between you, me, and Stephen someday.
Oh, it would be lovely. I would love that. We wouldn't stop laughing, of course.
Oh, I want it to come out in a human language rather than maybe something that would be less than ideal. We on the bus in India. Once in a while, as a joke, Aaliyah, myself, Stephen, like meowing. The entire bus meowed the Star
Oh,
Spangled Banner.
Steve is going to be angry. I don't know if if he agrees with us showing all the things we used to do.
Stephen, Stephen won't be mad about that because the video is dubbed over, but we had the entire bus meow the Star Spangled Banner, which was
Even the priests.
that was even funnier.
We make priests meow to meow.
I don't think Stephen will hate us for that. It's been a joke in between us for a while. It's just that we're not super public about it, but it is a joke of, well, we do have to, use human language for a presentation. Nothing but love for Stephen. Stephen is like the third part of this trio, and we absolutely love him. The reason I brought it up is it came to mind, and you know what happens when things come to mind.
But no, it was really lovely. I can't wait to do it again. I know we're
Oh,
going to do
absolutely. No. I literally want to do a 3-way presentation between you, me, and Stephen.
Yes.
Because it's just fun. I also want to do more traveling with you and Stephen at some point. Absolutely. I want to come to Brazil someday and see you and do things.
Yeah,
But
and
he
especially
is
know Fábio Zong on autismo here. Yeah, that would be lovely.
I love Aaliyah's passion for her plays, for the things she does. Her mask, which I kept wanting to play with, but I never got the chance to because we were too busy. It never happened. I wanted to. Her mask that explained everything is great. The way she tells her story, the way she does her slides, everything is wonderful. I love Aaliyah. I love the way Stephen does things. I love it when Stephen and I co-present, or Stephen and I co-present and someone asks a question for a female autistic and me and Stephen just point at Aaliyah and like, the answer's there. The answer's there.
I kind of was in the presentation. It was really nice, actually.
We
It was
were always in
really,
each
really nice.
other's. I mean, Stephen, you and I, and everyone else kind of went to each other's presentations. And yes, you were at mine and Stephen's co-presentation about Asset. And this woman just asked us a question about female autistics. And both me and Steven just pointed at you because you were in the crowd like, we're not answering this. It's going to her. And by this point, we were the best of friends. I mean, it was like you weren't even surprised. Me and Steven just pointing at you like, don't be asking the guys this question. Ask Aaliyah. Ask Aaliyah. But
That was really nice. That was really nice. Like huge opportunity, really. And it's really good for you to understand that. Like, okay, there's a girl here who's talking about that. So ask her.
I really thought they expected us to answer that. That was ridiculous. Me and Steven were sitting there going, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else have questions for me or Aaliyah here? Because I'm going to leave Aaliyah here with me because I love having her as a co-presenter. And if Steven was here, it would be even better because we'll have fun. Oh, God. No. Anytime we do a co-presentation with Steven, there will be giggling. Lots and lots of giggling. But no, I just love the fact of how brilliant you are. Now, I know not to make you angry. Oh.
What?
I know
okay.
not to make you angry. If I make you angry, we're kind of in trouble.
Yes, we don't want that. But you don't make me angry. Like you're my big brother, so that's okay. It's really nice to know autistic people, you know. We are so interesting. We are so nice. People really, you should get to know us better. We're really nice.
Interesting isn't even the word for it. It's beyond interesting. Spend enough time with Steven, myself, and Aaliyah on a given day, you might actually learn some stuff about autism you didn't know. Because it's like, wait, what? Where did that whole train of thought come from? It's like, yeah. and I mean, the rest of our group was great, but the three of us had a blast. I mean,
of course, because we were the autistic ones.
Oh, absolutely. And we had the best conversations and the best fun.
And for sure, we loved way more than everyone else.
I'm not sure about that. I mean, I loved some of our other group members because they were very colorful as NTs. I'll give them that.
They were really empty, autistic friendly.
Yes, they were. but they work in the field. But I think both of us have our favorite other person is Steven. Like Steven we absolutely adore because he is our friend, he's our mentor, he's someone who helps us out. He is a great guy. And any ribbing that we give him is because we love him. We absolutely adore him.
He's amazing.
It
was a privilege.
Not just amazing. I'm glad to have him in my life. I'm glad to have him help out in my day-to-day life. I have the ability to talk to him. I love it. I love being able to talk to you. I love being able to talk to other people. It's really helpful time to time.
It is.
I would not have the work that I've done for the last decade and a half. I would not have if I had not met Steven and if he had not agreed to become my friend and mentor. And in return, he has come to places that he probably wouldn't come to because I was there and said, hey, Steven, I need your help. Can you come? Can you figure out how to come? So it's a circle, as we know. But I love your point about autistic civil rights. I love your passion for this idea of no, you get to shape your own destiny. You get to shape your own,
it's difficult,
life.
But we need to.
Yes. And Aaliyah does. I mean, let's be blunt. Aaliyah does life her way. Big Brother can make suggestions and once in a while actually go, no, let's do something else. Let's do some other option. But she will do things her own way most of the time. And I'll be like, okay, that's perfectly fine. It's just Aaliyah. And Aaliyah's got it, and she's fine. There's one or two occasions where I'm like, no. Let's do this some other way. It's not no, you can't. Just let's try to be a little more aware that not everyone is as honest as Aaliyah. And yeah, we had a few experiences with that where it's like, if I could whack a few guys who tried to take advantage of Aaliyah, I would, because
But like I'm getting schooled on that. Like I'm like noticing things, warning signs. Oh, as a matter of fact, we as things are passing through, I tend to learn more and like, okay, here's a red flag, so I'll step out and yeah, that's good.
but you're getting better at it. I mean,
Yeah.
you were getting better at it. You're always getting better at it. But it was much better when you have someone like me to step in and say, "Hey, no, we're doing something different." Because now I don't trust this guy. Did I not tell you about the first guy that I had bad vibes about him, and then he turned out to be everything I told you he would be? You remember I told you, I said, I think he's just going to, at some point dump you because he saw you as interesting and nothing more, but it wasn't a permanent, I had bad vibes about him, and
Yeah,
I was pretty much right.
you were right. You were right. After all, like I was kind of scared of him. It was really strange, but I don't want to talk about him. But one thing I have to say, I like you how you say Alia, but it's Alia. You forgot it, but that's okay.
I forget it because I don't say it all the time. Oh,
Yeah, no, but that's okay. That's okay. But actually, Alia is really beautiful too. But that's okay.
Hey, at least I'm not going, hey, you.
Yeah, yeah, although we still have
I may have
together.
done I may have done that to Stephen when I was sleep deprived at one point. Maybe. And I know the man's name. And I still went, hey, you. Hey, you, come here. I need help. Yeah, his name's Dr. Stephen Mark Shore, but right now he's hey, you.
Hey, you like Pink Floyd songs. Hey, you. It's now playing in my head, sorry.
Well, you didn't help my head any.
Oh God, I don't know. Should I take off now?
No. Stay. I'm loving this with you. You have made this 100 times better. I mean, I wish Steven was here. It would be 1,000 times better. You here is awesome. I mean, this is a person I want in my talk sometimes. Because, yeah. Now, does anyone else have questions? Or do they just want to keep watching me and Aaliyah talk? Because, yeah, we understand each other's autisticness. And
Yeah.
Aaliyah?
I'm sorry, everyone. Like, if you want to ask something, you really can. Okay. As an actress, I like to show.
I love you too.
No, I love you too. You know, like it was, but really, it's really interesting. Again, how you connect with people. It's really, really interesting. Now I think we have like in backstage like three people. I'm not sure if they want to.
Yeah, well,
Come here.
let's see what
Oh,
this
and
is.
now we have more people in backstage. So I'm not sure what's that.
Well, I don't know what this is, but let's get it done.
Oh, more people are coming.
Well, I'm kind of letting them in, so.
Oh, we should. Oh, okay.
We didn't even notice it. We're such poor hosts. Sorry.
Hi, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks a lot for sharing your experience. It's very valuable. And I gotta tell you thank you that you also talk not only about the autism and about Ukraine as well, because I'm myself from Ukraine, and I'm glad that
What oblast?
you had to go there and experience the stuff there. Like, I mean, the good things, right?
Good and bad. I mean, jumping from trains once I get to the station, I'm used to that. Where did you live in Ukraine?
I used to live in Mariupol.
I lived in Berdansk for nearly 5 years. That was where my flat was.
Okay, I was there. couple of times. It's like a lively.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I think he internet maybe. I don't know. Mm.
I think he probably clicked the exit button by accident or something. Oh, he's
Oh,
back. He's back. Don't worry.
Oh.
He's back.
okay, good. Bill?
He's back. He's back.
Welcome back.
Bill, can you hear us?
yes, I can hear you, but I'm not coming up.
Can you turn on and off your camera, please?
Yep.
Did it work?
No, it did not.
Let me try one thing. Give me 1 second.
Did we let too many people in?
Probably. Let's put them down.
I
Maybe it
mean,
was so much fun as we are having.
oh my gosh, I love that you came in, Aliyah. Aliyah. Yeah. I'll get your name someday.
No, but Aliyah is beautiful too. That's okay. That's my artistic name, so I can experience the different sounds.
I'm turning off my camera momentarily so you guys can actually hear me. You won't see my picture for a sec. It's just like, wow. I love that people popped in, and I love that somebody talked about their experiences from Ukraine. That was just fun. The fact that I was able to let everyone in was also kind of fun. Just like, people want to pop in. Yeah, of course they do.
Your talks are quite interesting. And you're
They're never boring, and they're I do go over some information twice, but often my talks can be very different from each other, and Aliyah knows this. I can give similar talks, but I will cover different ground depending on the crowd and how I think what information the crowd may want. True, Aliyah?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't shy away from things. Another thing I learned in Ukraine is people are not shy about asking you questions in Ukraine where you have to say, yeah. Not answering that.
Yeah, I'd say we are very direct.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Yeah, it might be considered kind of strange by like Western society.
Being asked by mothers about whether or not I have a love life, as in intimate love life, and they know nothing about me in Ukraine at a camp for teenagers. Yeah, that was my first experience in my first 3 weeks in Ukraine, and just learned the row with it. Hey, you're the autism expert. You have to take all of our questions. And it's like, yep, not answering that. Thank you. That's just funny. I love this. This was awesome. Oh my gosh.
It is.
I love that you came. I mean, like, I love that you were able to pop in and co-host with me for a time. And then I had all the people pop in, and then we had this thing happen. So apparently I can only do so much. I would be willing to give talks like this in the future. You can find me on Instagram under Bill Peters 3, Facebook Bill Peters 3. Email is qkey29@gmail.com if you want to ask me to do certain things. I am moving to Istanbul in the UK, then looking for another country to do my work in until the war is over in Ukraine, and then I go back to Ukraine to do my work in Ukraine post-war. That's really the plan, or kind of sort of maybe plan at this point.
Sounds very good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I am so honored that all of you stayed, that all of you listened to us. I love it. I love it. Only thing that could have been better was if Stephen had been here. That would have been
Sure.
awesome. But Aaliyah, oh my God, I love that you came in. I love it.
I love being here. I'm going to take off my image now because you're not showing yours. So
That's fine. Uh, I mean, thank you for being willing to let us be so open, Aaliyah.
Oh,
I think it helps people understand our relationship. Thank you.
yeah. No, you're my big brother. I love you.
I love you too. So that's absolutely something. I mean, it's funny how quickly we connect. And I said, hey, can I talk about this thing? And she knew where I was going. And it's like, yep, okay, we're doing this.
Actually, I thought you were going to the hug place, not
Uh,
this subject.
um, unfortunately,
Okay, it's already out there. So yeah.
I wanted to highlight it because those people were just wrong in trying to take advantage of you, and I was not happy with it.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't. So that's good. That's good. It was just a pretty bad experience.
We got through it, didn't we? And you
Yeah,
really were not hurt because your big brother took care of it.
yeah, that's good. That's good to have big brothers and knowing other autistic people take care of you. That's really good.
Well, isn't that what Stephen and I told you right off the bat? That each of us autistics have each other's back as much as we want to or we can.
Yeah, that's why we should know each other more and more and more and get to know autistic people. That's really good.
This is bloody brilliant. I want to get a recording of this so we can show it to Stephen.
Yeah, me too. Please let us
Yes.
know how.
Yeah, that's the question. But yeah, I have to go to bed sometime tonight, probably. But I will be messaging Stephen once I get off and tell him that Aaliyah and I co-hosted. And there may be questions about things we said, but hey, it's a known.
Well, I'm going to say bye here because I think we have 2 minutes left.
Yep, fine with me. Love
It
you,
was really
sis.
nice. Love you too.
Mwah. I love it. I love it. Absolutely going to be the best 2 seconds. And like I said, you can get me on different social medias, Bill Peters 3, Facebook, Instagram, qkey29 at gmail.com. Talk to you all later. I think